Hi everyone, Mark here again, Space Cowboy, and I am finally back with another video. I know it's been too long, and here I am in the middle of, well, approaching the end of August, and I'm yet to show off that which I picked up in the month of July. So here we are, finally, and I will endeavour to produce more regular content. I keep saying that, but I've got big plans about showcasing some of the games I've picked up, playing through all the shmups I've got behind me, and that's going to start next week. So I'm going to commit myself to that and then try and develop the channel a bit moving forward and generating a bit more chit chat in the comments about all things shmup related. Well, before I start though, I must have a little well, wet the whistle with a little bit of tribute. So, you know, a nice ale, nothing fancy, but in this rather cheeky little festival glass I got last year at St Edmundsbury Cathedral, Bury St Edmunds, in my home county of Suffolk. So nice little ale there. Hydration breaks are still important, even though the World Cup is finished. We still need hydration breaks. And of course, I'm going to raise a little toast to my good friend Mr ZX Tetley. Cheers, buddy. I've just watched your video. I was a bit late to the party watching that, and I see you were talking about me, so I'm going to return the favour. So I'm going to start with some movies. There are a few games and a bit of music, but it's mostly movies. And I'm going to start with this that I picked up recently, The Valley of the Guangai, which is a Ray Harryhausen movie, and as you'll have seen from Tetley's video, I recently sent him the Blu-ray version I had because I picked up this, which is the HMV Premium Edition. Unfortunately, I'm assuming, yes, they normally have like postcards in there. There are none in there, but you know, it was second hand. I'm not going to complain. The slip cover is in nice condition. Now, I keep saying it, and I'm going to remain truthful to this. I am not going for a full set of these. I see them frequently in places like CEX. Sometimes they're up to about £18, but I saw some recently for £5 or £6, and I thought, well, I should pick them up when they're cheap like that, because to be fair, I watched, I was thinking to say Point Break. That's oh no, not the Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves movie. Point Blank, Lee Marvin, a revenge movie, and I really enjoyed that. I think he was double crossed, sort of classic 70s movie, and I really enjoyed it. And I'd never have heard of it, and I wouldn't have watched it, but for the fact I picked it up cheap because it was in the premium collection, and of course I'm drawn to these silver bands. So I keep saying I'm not going for a full set, but I probably should pick the odd one up, because as I found with that was a movie I quite enjoyed. I would otherwise not have known about. As you can see, I've had a little bit of a change around again, so I thought I would actually put books on this bookcase and move the Mega Drive games behind me, and then incorporate them in what is a Sega bookcase. So yes, just makes everything neat and tidy. I had nowhere to put these books, and how can I have books stacked on the floor when I have 6 bookcases in this room alone? So yeah, that made sense. Speaking of Tetley, what was he talking about? Sharknado. Well, there are 5 of them, 6 of them, and you paid £20+ for them, all be them brand new. I don't know. And I put this in here just to remind me to mention that. I haven't watched this yet. This looks utter tripe. I'm going to have to watch this and Sharknado, and yes, work out which is worse. I'm hoping this is better. I'm hoping this is better than Sharknado. But there we are, fella. I will at some point watch both Sharknado and that and let you know my thoughts. Now moving on to something that's a much higher caliber. Picked this up recently, haven't watched it yet. 1883. This being one of the prequels, of which there are two I believe, to the highly acclaimed Yellowstone series. So I'm going to start watching this soon, because I've just finished watching Firefly and the movie Serenity, which I picked up in my last video. Absolutely loved it. It was brilliant. The movie was far better than I thought it was going to be, and I loved how the crew disguised themselves as Reavers at the end of the movie to fly into beyond the outer rim. I thought that was excellent, and I'm looking forward to what comes next, although I understand the forthcoming Firefly, whatever it's going to be called, is going to be an animated series rather than live action. So I don't know, I'll see how it pans out. But at the moment I've just started watching UFO, Jerry Anderson's UFO, so I'll work through that and then it will be 1883, and at some point I might finally get back to watching poor old Doctor Who. I know Mr. William Hartnell, I'm still stuck on the web planet and we've been in there for about a year I think, so yes, really should start watching some Doctor Who at some point. Next up, some cheap movies. The Meg. I've seen this. Pretty good. I'm not sure I would call it totally jawsome, but it's certainly a hell of a lot better than these Sharknado shenanigans I'm going to have to watch. Another movie I liked, Hell or High Water. I don't know if you'd call this a modern western of sorts. Just because it's got Jeff Bridges in a cowboy hat, does that make it a western? I don't know. I really enjoyed it, so that's a nice little pickup. Speaking of pickups, I now have the 7-Ups, and you can tell from the front cover why I had to get this. It is, of course, one of my heroes, Roy Scheider, and that's the whole reason I picked it up. It's a Roy Scheider movie. If I encounter Roy Scheider or Robert Shaw, chances are I'm going to pick it up, and I really enjoyed this. And it's similar, well not similar, but it's like when I watched The Marathon Man recently. Again, another movie I hadn't known about, but for the fact it was in that premium collection. But back to this, it says from the producer of Bullet and The French Connection, and it's exactly what it reminded me of, The French Connection, which is something else I need to add to it. That's also got Roy Scheider, and of course, sadly, the recently departed, what's his name? Little Bill in Unforgiven. Popeye in French Connection. Gene Hackman. Actually, he's in another movie of mine I need to get. I also like disaster movies, so I need to pick up the Poseidon Adventure. Anyway, I picked this up recently, Schindler's List. I picked this up, I was unaware this was like the anniversary edition. Oh, the poncho is falling down. Not as bad as Tetley's video, where everything just got blown over. I hope these games are okay. You might have some broken cases at the end of that. Oh, here we go. I usually de-sticker everything before I record. I obviously haven't. Yeah, I picked this up from CEX because I made the mistake of buying the wrong Star Trek. So I took it back and it was about a week later. And I thought, well, rather than risk them giving me just the trade-in price, all these extras, I'll poster now. I'll pick something up that's more expensive and I'm more likely to get the full return value. So I did that and picked Schindler's List because I am a fan of war movies. So, and it is obviously it's a very stark tale. It's not an easy watch. It's not an easy watch. but you know, it's factual. So yeah, on the basis of that and the fact I do like war movies, I figured I would pick that up. Next up, I've also got this from CEX, the Masters of Cinema. So this is this could be the start of that slippery slope into the Masters of Cinema Western collections and such like. There's one that you can currently pre-order. It's got about 4 or 5 Westerns in it. German, I think. There are a lot of Westerns that are German. Westerns are very big in Germany. And this has the extra bits with it. The Sons of Great Beer. Beer? No, this is beer. I've not seen this yet, but yeah, that'll be that's another one off the list towards the 1,500 or so that there are. Now, confession time. I don't think I've watched a Western for about 2 months because I've been I've been really getting into sci-fi movies, sci-fi and war. So I should watch a Western at some point. Maybe I could go with that one. The other rabbit hole I found myself falling down a while back was TV DVD box sets. And I'm not really one for comedy, but I saw this and it was in mint condition. Cost me about £5, and I thought, you know, I've never seen it, or I've seen bits of it, and that is The Royal Family. I'm sure I like it. I'm sure it's the sort of thing I could stick on for half, you know, when I finish a late shift at the hospital or whatever, and come home, pour a beer, stick one of these on. I ain't got to think about it. Sit back on my couch, watching people sitting back on their couch. Yeah, I think that's the premise of it. But, you know, it's good old Ricky Tomlinson. Yeah, I quite like him, so I'm sure that'll be fine. Speaking of Ricky Tomlinson, he's popped up because I've started watching the Cracker series. I didn't realise he was in that. So, yeah, I think he took over from... I want to say... Oh, I'm going to get it... From the guy who played Doctor Who that was murdered. I want to say Neil Tennant, but now I'm going off the Pet Shop Boys, and I am not a Pet Shop Boys fan. Is it David Tennant? Well, obviously David Tennant was Doctor Who, but is he the Doctor Who I'm thinking of? Yes, it was Tennant, not Eccleston. Anyway, speaking of honestly, this is not rehearsed. Well, obviously it's not rehearsed. He'd record a video like this. Speaking of Doctor Who, I got what looks like John Barrymore? No, not Michael Barrymore. Oh dear. Anyway, this was a gift. Yeah, someone actually gave me this. Mr. Zombie. He knows I like Doctor Who, so he thought he'd treat me to this. It's the Doctor Who The Lost Interviews. Ah, here we go. Revealing interviews with Doctor Who himself, David Tennant. I nearly swore there. Doctor Who himself, David Tennant. I am sorry, William Hartnell. Yeah, sorry, but... yeah. I'll watch it at some point, but Neil Tennant is not the Doctor Who. No, he's a Pet Shop Boys. Oh, let's just cut. Oh, that's yeah. Time for a beer. Dear me. Right, after all that debacle, mixing up names, let's look at some music and then we'll come on to some games. So, I might have said before, I've got my lad into CD music. Into CD music? Into collecting CDs. In fact, they're very popular. They're making a resurgence, our CDs. So, I've started picking up CDs, although embarrassingly, I keep picking up duplicates. I don't have many CDs, but I keep forgetting what I've got. And I've got about 6 duplicates. I've got one CD 3 times. I mean, it's a good CD. That being Muse Origin of Symmetry, but it's not so good as I need 3 of them. Anyway, I picked up this compilation of Faith No More albums. So that's pretty cool. The Pixies. Is this Surfer Rosa? It is. Bit Queens of the Stone Age. So I kind of like my grunge rock. Prog rock is my favourite. I also, I love this guy, Beck. I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me? Yeah. And Muse again, but I don't have this CD. Well, I do, I'm holding it, but I don't already have it. Then my CDs, I haven't bought any vinyl. I'm not really buying too much vinyl. I'm trying to concentrate on CDs at the moment, just to keep things a bit easier. There are some vinyl I want. I want to own every Pink Floyd album there is. I want every Doors album. I've got a few of them, so I'm on the lookout for those. But at the moment, I'm just sort of concentrating on CDs and trying to avoid duplicates. Time for some games, and the first is a confession that I have gotten back into the Evercade. So I've got an Evercade VS again. It's the third one I've owned in 2 years, and as you can see, I'm highly addicted to it because I've got 2 cartridges and I've had these a while, and they're still shrunk wrap. I will play them. I'm going to keep a hold of it because I want to pick up all the arcade carts. It's my way of accessing Neo Geo games because I'm not on the AES Plus hype train. At least not yet anyway. I figure that there's been so many orders, they're going to sell out, there'll be none available, and I'm not going to see one, I'm not going to know anything about it, and it will just pass me by. Yeah. And I'll just stick with the Neo Geo on the VS. So yes, I've got to start picking those up again. I mean, I've already ordered the wrong cartridge. I thought I was going to get them in order, so I picked up this one because it's Legacy IRM 1, because I need to play in the Hunt on a different format, and I've got it. I don't know. But I've got it on the Saturn. Oh no, I don't have it yet. Oh, it's on the IRM collection on the Switch. I need to pick that back up again. And Data East Arcade 1, I thought this was cartridge number 1. No, it's cartridge number 2. I think cartridge number 1 is the Technos Arcade collection. So I figured if I collected them in order, I'm less likely to buy the wrong one and end up with duplicates. But yeah, I possibly will end up with duplicates. Speaking of purchasing the wrong thing, I picked up this recently, which I was excited to pre-order, this being a reprint of NG Dev's Fast Striker. A horizontal... Oh, is it horizontal? I think it is, but now I'm picturing Last Hope. Oh. Oh, now I've put the cat amongst the pigeons. Is this horizontal or vertical? Yeah, I'm really excited to pick this game up because I know lots about it. This was on the Dreamcast. I didn't play it too much. I think it might be a vertical shmup. I was picturing that very difficult horizontal shmup, which is Last Hope. This is not that. This is an NG Dev game that's hard to come by, and I jumped on the pre-order for the second or third reprint when I had an alert for it. The unfortunate thing is I picked up the wrong damned version. I assumed this would match the ones I've already got for Razion, EX and Gunvein, but you can see this box is bigger because that's the collector's edition. This is the limited edition, so they're not the same, which is unfortunate. But to sell this and then have to pay extortionate prices on eBay to try and get one, to get the collector's edition to this, if one exists, it's not worth it. So I should really pay more attention. Yes. But there we are. That'll be fine. Well, I'm sure it's vertical, but we shall see. Now, speaking of shmups, my plan is to pick up every single shmup on the Switch and eventually on the Saturn. I've also, spoiler alert, found myself diving back into the Dreamcast, dare I say, shmup-wise, because there are games on there that I can't otherwise play. Anyway, enough about shmups. One game I did pick up recently, and I have played, although I really struggled to get the controls down. That is the excellent J-League Go-Go Goal on the mighty Sega Saturn from Tecmo. And I'm reliably informed by a mate of mine that the only game they otherwise produced on the Saturn was Dead or Alive 3. When I think Tecmo, I think, well, the arcade World Cup 90. But this game is excellent. It looks like a Nintendo 64 game. But a good Nintendo 64 game. And it looks and plays fantastically once you get the controls sorted out. Because unfortunately, every time I play, I'm losing 4 or 5-0. But there we are. They're my pickups. Not a huge amount this month. I've been trying to spend less money with all this U-turning and different consoles and bits and pieces. I picked up a fair few bits already in August, and I've got some big hitters in August. So next month, which will effectively be a video in a couple of weeks, will be a bit more juicier than this, and hopefully with less mistakes. Well, here we are, guys. It is indeed a vertical shmup. It doesn't have tartane mode, which is unfortunate. Let's go original. Oh, that's not my bowl, that. Oh, we do a bit more speed. Whoa. It's like a CRT filter on here. It's a bit weird. It's gonna take some getting used to. It's got a customary dance sort of techno soundtrack. Oh, hang on. Whoa, I got hold down that button, I've got an auto fire. Oh, actually I can narrow it or go wide like that. I've got a rear shot as well and a shield apparently. Oh, hang on. Whoa. That's a bit intense. I can't say I've ever played this before. I must have done though, I'm sure I had this on the Dreamcast. Anyway, I had to pick this because I such a mess of describing the game, and I thought with Go-Go Saturn J-League Goal, I need to learn the controls first. It's oh, hang on. What's that? A shield. I don't know how to activate the shield. It's kind of chill. I wish that honeycomb effect would bugger off. Too bad. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Turn a bit more volume. It's okay. I've got a forward shot, a rear shot, a narrow shot. I've got some kind of bomb or shield. I don't know how to activate that, but it's the narrow shot. That's the wide shot. Those little power up things, or whatever they are, come to me anyway, so I haven't got to worry about hoovering them up particularly. Oh, this isn't too bad. I could do with more speed. Oh hell. I don't mind it. I don't mind the music. It's a bit 90s trance. All of that. But yeah, I don't mind. It's sort of almost hypnotic. Or as Al's Arcade would say, this is more of a dodge 'em up. Oh, hang on. I've seen that mechanic before. That's in Nicaraguga. And they all circle around you. Oh yes, and I did obviously unbox it to open it, and I've got the CD soundtrack, which is cool if I want a bit of 90s techno dance, but there's no acrylic standees, so there we go. That might cost me another 50 quid to get them, so probably not worth it. Oh, what's that? Hello? What the heck? What are they? Oh, I don't know. Let's get that, turn the volume up. Oh, this looks like a bit. Oh. God, it's all bass. Oh, I don't like them. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on a minute. Whoa! Okay. Yes! Come on! Get in! Space Cowboy's back! Oh. I hope I'm recording this. Oh, I was messing around with the volume. This is awesome. Oh, I'm not sure I like this. Oh, hang on, this is going to be it. Oh, hang on. Oh, here we go. I mentioned Nicaraguga earlier. We're getting into the puzzle element of it. Oh, shite. God, dear, this is... Whoa. Oh, this is epic. Yeah, I'm sold. Oh, I've got a rear shot. Oh, there. You can have a narrow beam. Oh, I don't really know what I'm doing, but oh, do I have an automatic shield? I might. Oh, I'm brave. Oh, how come that didn't kill me? I'm not invincible, am I? Oh, there we go. Oh, clearly I'm not invincible. Well, I'll tell you what, I am a daisy. Until the next time, guys.